Brazy. GTE series. Get the hell out of here. Guess the... Oh god, please don't do that. Hey, Rengao! Finally, the man has returned. What is going on, big fella? Which book are we currently reading? I guess it's Rookie Strapped, right? If I go here. Wait, what did they do? Oh, okay. I'll just take it. Is it check take? And then take and then take. Yeah. GG! I see, I see, I see. Okay, this is take, take, check, and E1 falls. Ooh. This almost works. Maybe rook, is this rook e8? Rook e8, queen d5 check. And the threat after rook a8 is queen f8. Is that a thing? Ah, as well as queen e6. This is nice. Right, right. Scoring goals, Mr. Engau. Scoring goals. Are we scoring goals in other walks of life? Wink, wink. Or is that going to be a bit of a more lengthy procedure? Wait, this is... Oh, I almost played queen h6 here. I do recognize this game. Who played this? It's queen d2, but who played it? So what is that Polish GM called? Krasenko. Krasenko rings a bell. Was this played by Krasenko? I don't know, but I think so. The idea is queen d2. Can't take because we take this guy. And after they play some defensive measure, whatever that may be, we're threatening rook takes, and then queen here. Derpy, hey. So do I just take this and then that and then that? That's very neat. I would love to know who played this, but I'm pretty sure it's Krasenkov. Is there a way to trace down the players of where it comes from? I'm too lazy to do that now. Let's go on to next. Yeah, I was too lazy, Renga, but thank you. Appreciate the help. Okay, let's start with h4 because that's how chess players calculate, right? Now, king here is illegal. King he gets mated. So king takes h4 is forced. Now rook h7, queen d5 does win a queen, but that's not good enough because we're down too much wood. Hey Jazz. Howdy, brother. I am certain that it's h4, king h4, rook h7, knight h7. Check, king h5, check. F. Superman says quit h3, but I don't think that that is what really we want, is it? Welcome into YouTube, folks. I think the Yusupov material is very strong by itself. You don't need anything to add to that. I was looking at queen f4 and then h4, but then check queen g4 reigns on the parade way too seriously. Queen g3 and then h4. That's an interesting way to kiss goodbye to the queen, but I don't... Oh, yeah. No, I don't understand what you're trying to do there. But queen g3 is not to be dismissed. I think that's an interesting idea. Because knight g4, h4, king f6. And we have nothing there. h4, king takes check, king h5, queen check, king g5, f4 is very nice. How the frick did I miss that? We got owned. We got owned. Okay, one more set because we are still rusty. Well done, tactics. Very well done. You are not called what you are called for nothing, brother. Alright, check here. Let's say check here and then mate. That's very cute. Hey, fat belly in the house. Ah, this is queen b2. It's a very famous puzzle. Wait, is it made in 2 for a puzzle on... Oh, king e4. And then knight c5, mate. What? Oh, that's king e5. Hey, yeah. I nearly botched this. Okay, let's think about this for a second. So rook f6, king here, rook d6, king here, knight c5, king takes. Rook check, king d5. Rook d7, king c5. Random. Blunt deal. Good man. Good man. As you should. Okay, let's try it differently. Let's try check, check, check. No, I'm joking, but I'm very happy that you are working through it. I hope you like it. Check, king takes, 97 check, king e4, rook e6 mate. Gotcha. Fuck. Wait, what? What did I miss? Check, check, knight check. King here, knight d7. King e4. What? The fuck did I miss? Wait, I don't get this. What? How is... What? Check here. Check, king takes. Knight d7. I don't know what the fuck I was hallucinating, but the king escapes on d3. Hi, hi. And we have a study at our hands, or on our hands rather. Hello, Malcolm. So, Blundell, how do you like the d4 course, buddy? I hope that you're having a hell of a good time with it. Bishop e3, king e5. f6, king back. No, Jess, I do think that line is very solid for black. I had a bit of a look, and yeah. The answer is that you need to start playing knight c3. So if bishop g7, king e4, then I think we win. Wait, what is the story against bishop g7? Oh, e5. Oh, is it? h6, d5, h7, that's too slow. Wait, what the frick is black siding against bishop g7? Let me think about this for a sec. Surely it is e5, right? h6. Oh, Philly, you came up with this question yesterday too, and it greatly concerns me. Thank you, Courtney. I noticed that you went very generous again for no reason. Yeah, but bishop e7, bishop e4 is too slow because this is a check, and this takes 2 moves. So I don't know what the hell is going on against bishop g7. Once again, e5, h6. d5, h7. Bishop g4. h8, queen, d2, but then bishop e5 check wins. Fuck, I hate it when I'm in it. Oh, it's bishop a6 and then d2. Okay, I get it, I think. So after bishop g7, let's say we go king e4, h6, bishop a6. And now if I go h7, then d2. And I can't stop the pawn. Oh, Taka just said it too. Right, well done, Taka. Well done. So bishop here, king here, h6, bishop here. If king e1, then king here. And then we go bishop d4 check. King takes king d2 and we win. That's my solution. Oops. Okay, so h6 bishop here. Oh, okay. And if king here, then d2, king d2, bishop d3, and then bishop e5 check. But that doesn't win because after king e5, king d3, there is king f6. Okay, hold the front door. Hold the front door. So h6 is definitely played. Bishop a6. King here. Wait, so h5, bishop a6, king here, king here. Yeah, h6, bishop here, bishop here. Seems like the end of it. Yeah. Oh, it's d2 first. Fuck, I'm missing everything. So now king e2 check, king takes bishop d3. This is embarrassing, actually. That we are solving it move by move. Bishop takes king takes h7 is not good. Bishop takes king e2 king f6 also not good. So I can't do that. Bishop check king e2 king here, and now bishop takes isn't working because king takes king d3 king f6 unless the king and pawn ending wins. King d4 king g6 king d5 king takes king d6 king g5 king takes king f4 king c6 king e3 king takes, and that wins. I think the king and pawn ending is winning, guys. What? No, it's just b3. Yeah, but wait. So, piss off. What if... Really, I can't make moves. Got to love that shit. And now the cut is off, yeah? Now we can work with that. Okay, so we went check here, here, d2, king here, 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 here. So if king e5 then take, I thought that this was winning. And I'm right. I'm right. Tony G, here you go. Okay, this was pretty difficult. Courtney, have you got some games to share with us, by the way? Because you sent me some love, so I would like to give some back. Lord, no. You didn't need Tony G, here it is.
On your bike. On your bike.
Can you guys confirm that you heard that? Blundell, it depends really on a lot of factors, but I think 1100 is not necessarily ill-placed. I would be keen to see some of your games just to be able to determine how relevant openings are currently, opening theory. How relevant opening theory is in your games. Fam has been sick and then you were. Okay, that's not a good combo. That is not a good combo. I must say. Alright, let me see what I can dig up from the archives. Cody sent me a few games, but I would prefer to analyze them when he is here. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Give me a sec. Oh, Cody's here. Okay, alright. In that case, we are going to jump onto Cody. Which sounds a lot better than if I had said that we are jumping onto Courtney. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I'm cracking these terrible jokes at the expense of a married lady. It's so low tier. Apologies, Courtney. I should not have said that. But let's be honest, we all got a good giggle. Alright, so good old Code has switched from losing chess games to winning chess games. ZJ in the house, everyone in the house, and Cody's in the house. Let's see how we are winning chess games. By the way, Cody, now that you are here, I've got a revolutionary idea for you, brother, for your chess development sake. Because of I think that you are occasionally falling guilty of trying to play memorized patterns instead of trying to play chess. I would like to challenge you that you don't play Grand Prix for a while and you play, let's say, the Alapin. And you play the Alapin without knowing nothing about it whatsoever. All you know is you want to play d4 next, and against knight f6 you will play e5 followed by d4 and you play from here. You could play knight f3 as well. And against d5 you just take it, you play d4 and you play from here. And my purpose with this as a coach is to try to make you play healthy chess and try to employ basic chess opening principles rather than constantly doing like programmed bullshit, because currently you are an improved version of a London player where you are relying a lot on patterns that you have memorized in certain setups. And that doesn't make you a good chess player, it makes you a good memorizer. So let's step out of that for a second and let's play 10 Alapin Sicilians and see how this goes. Anyway, back to the game. I know it's a good idea. There's a good reason why I'm a good chess coach. Holy smokes. Yeah, I was contemplating coaching people for money. Alright, I feel like I want to bite into my hand when I say this, but if we actually step out of the learned automatisms, we realize that if we move this knight away, this bishop is trapped. Am I right or am I right? And this is precisely the reason why I want you to do what I asked you to do. Starting chess. Oh, Tindy in the house! What on earth is going on? Tindy has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do hope that that beautiful bastard has some remarkable games for us. So what do you say to this, Mr. Code? Not bad, eh? 92, goodbye bishop, h3, g4. How to get better at playing chess and be less of a memorizer? Well, for example, by not committing to a system opening against major openings like the Sicilian when you are at 1500 would be a solid start. That's my starting point. The problem with this, Cody, is, which is quite typical, by the way, in these structures, is that, let's say, take, and I'm afraid that we don't have enough wood left on the board to checkmate with. Because even when you bring this across, how will you get rid of with this knight? Hey, Drift King. Yes, it would be nice if we tickled the algo a little bit on YouTube. Also, if you watched videos. So yeah, this is a bit of a problem. That even if I had like 5 moves with white, I don't know how I would engineer a mate here. Because after rook h3, g4, g5 is not going to cut it because of knight h5. And rook f1 can easily be dealt with because then you have to take. I take back with the f. You take the knight, I take back with the e. And all of a sudden, this is protected. E5 is covered, my friend. Just a Twitch shadow, that question almost doesn't make sense because most of the times it depends on what systems you're playing. Like if you play English attack setups, then that's f3, but it's not like it's bad and good. It's both of them are applicable. Yeah, but it's black to move, right? That's already a problem. So I can actually strike before you do. That's an issue here. It just feels like our attack is not gonna have time to begin. Like, you just don't have enough pieces. Like, I just start taking pieces, you take, I take, and you don't have take because it's back rank made already. Like, it's too late. It's just too slow, too late. And instead 92, he would have won a piece. Okay, let's move on. Oh, Lauren in the house. Bloody hell, all the Aussie legends are tuning in today. Tindy now, Lauren. Ay. Okay, now we are on to something. Queen b6 is poorly timed, I believe. Wait. Oh, Lauren with the subski. Okay, so chat, after bishop takes f3, we are looking at 3 captures, yeah? Because now it's crunch time, so you have to calculate your ass off. Is it rook f3? Is it ef? Or is it bishop g7? One of them is winning. And it's not difficult. At all. So what are we taking here and why? Cheers, Lauren. Appreciate you. Dimeback Donny. Thank you, man. I would really like if Cody would also express his views as to why he opted here to not to win a piece. Cody, sorry, Variations, lines are required, my good friend. I like it how I ask for variations and people keep on typing in single moves. Shout out to everyone. In case you are wondering why your chess is bleeding out, it's because of this. And I'm not talking to Cody, but like 98% of chat. Take bishop and then g4. Now that deserves some kind of an award, that comment. Lauren, you are correct. The coordinates are off, but you are correct. So the simple win is just bishop takes. And quite frankly, when I say simple, it's freaking kindergarten. Two things are hanging, yeah? They take g7, check, takes, and we are up a piece. Now you do need to see that after queen b2, you need to say queen. You need to play queen e1. That may be a bit of a challenge. And then if rook e8, then knight e4. But ironically, there is a neat in-between move takes g6 here, which is very helpful. Bishop can't move because of mate. And if you take back like so, now after rook f3 we have got check. So queen b2 is useless. Therefore they have to take with the pawn. And now you can actually evacuate with a tempo. This is freaking beautiful. And the bishop can't move because rook e7 check, rook f7, queen f6. For example, bishop h5, now g4 wins, so that's not a good bishop move. Actually, I don't have a bishop move. Shit. Okay, maybe there. Check, rook takes and check. Yes, these are the problems, and this is a very good observation. And I'm not quite comfortable in saying this, because usually this is a way to cut back on calculation, but Lauren is correct. That this is a problem you can resolve when you get here. Because if you are a good enough player, you know that this is winning. And so you can calculate it here. But I'm reluctant to go full on, all in on that argument, because sometimes it leads to being lazy in calculation. But there is absolutely no excuse as far as I'm concerned to not to play bishop g7 here first. And I'm dying, Cody, to know why you didn't do this. Since it appears to be winning the house. Valorant player, thank you. If you guys are new to the channel, please take a quick detour to YouTube and chuck a sub there. No, I don't accept that argument that he didn't see it, because now shit is hanging. We need to calculate every single capture. And it's very clear to me that EF bishop f6 is not cutting it because it's tempo on the queen. So now, best case scenario, once the bishop departs, we are winning an exchange at the cost of this bishop, which means that the attack is gone. So that's no go. Rook f3 may be a go, but then there is only one piece left hanging, and queen p2 is super obnoxious. So I am still waiting for... Oh, shit. Lauren, fingers crossed for you. Indeed, I hope all is well. I don't know, Dime. Whoa, Rick, what?
Have watched many of your videos. Excellent. Can you look at one of my games? Thanks, Rick.
Yes, Rick. Fucking chuck it in, mate. fucking chuck it in. So Cody seems to have gone AWOL. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, EF just wins the house and the game. And instead, now after Queen B2, I don't know what we're doing. So this is the problem. You go here, we take. Now you want to take this. Take. And at this point, again, we ran out of wood before it mattered. Because of Queen F6. But even after the EF, we don't have enough to attack, to conclude this attack. It's just gone. You thought Rook F3, Knight D7. But my friend, what kind of la-la land do you have to leave in to assume that in this position Black's best is Knight D7? When they have Queen B2 threatening mate in 1, they have Rook D4 to hit you on the face with your queen. Yeah, this was called but this is not calculation, Cody. This is actually not calculation. If you calculated Knight D7, the problem is not that you don't calculate well, it's that you calculate nonsense. Right? It is a textbook case of us failing to identify our opponent's best move. Which, if it happens to be the case 10 moves deep in a line, I would be like, fair enough. But you're missing your opponent's best move against the first thing you want to do. Which is to just counterpunch you threatening with mate. Right? So this is not what I would call a calculation failure. It is just that we're not doing our best to find our opponent's best move. Okay, let's see how it went. So opponent played bishop takes h6. EF, very good. Excellent. Now we have got two hanging at the same time. Queen b2 is still an ass, but now rook af1 I believe is gonna be fine. Fuck. What? Pardon, excuse my swearing there. Yeah, but see, this is the thing that I always have an argument about, or this is a pet peeve of mine in a way, about chess players misunderstanding connection between clock and board. If you are somewhat low on time, you can't afford to not play best moves, because we are losing on the clock. So if we don't play best moves, we are also not going to be winning on the board. So now you are double losing. So the shorter you are on time, the more forced you are to play good moves. I know it sounds like a paradox, but you have to accept it. Imagine the combo where we are down on the clock and we are playing suboptimal moves. So how are we going to win now? We're losing on the clock and we're not winning on the board. So then you have to double down on finding the best moves, even if it costs you even more time. Because although now you are steadily moving toward losing on the clock, but you are winning on the board. And since you are playing with increment, winning on the board is going to beat winning on the clock. Because you can't win on the clock if there is increment and basic moves are ultimately winning enough. I'm going to make a YouTube video about this, and maybe it's going to overlap with with Chess Dojo, but whatever. I'm happy to run that risk. What is the ignorance is a bliss, because I don't watch chess YouTubers, so I don't know other people's content. Well, when you say that I can lose on the clock with increment, I don't know what to do with that. It's like... It's like saying that Sydney Sweeney undressing in my bedroom still doesn't mean that we have got a party tonight. It's like, well, fix your shit, bro. What do you want me to say? That's what increment is for. So that when you are winning, you can't lose. Neat win in the end, brother. Wait, what? Okay, so we have got 3:14 on the clock here. How does this go down to like sub 1? I don't understand what is going on here in terms of time management or lack thereof. You have got 2.5 and Rook F3 is costing you half of your time. I hate to do this, but sometimes I do this because I feel like we can avoid so much tilt and unnecessary losses by this. You cannot possibly afford to spend more than half of your time on an absolutely basic move that doesn't stand out at all from the rest. It's ridiculous. At this rate, you are losing this chess game in 2 more moves. Because you are on 227, now we're down to 113. In fact, you are losing this game next move. Why? What are you doing? You should be building time here. 100%. And if this is a problem, and I don't think it is a problem for Cody typically, but for many of you it is, this is a skill you need to practice. But this is not the time to find best moves. And why? You're up a rook. The 5th best move still wins. Your only job now is not to lose on time. And I hate myself for saying this, but it is the truth. If you have got 2:27 here on the clock, and you are up a rook, and your opponent threatens with nothing, your only job is not to lose on the clock. Because that equals to winning the game. This is not the time to find best moves. It is the time to find good enough moves, quick enough. That's it. You have found the best moves so far that have led to you winning the game on the board. Job done. Now you just need to not lose on the clock. And I like the move to play it. I just don't understand why this takes more than half of your time. And again, look, Rook F1 costs you half of your remaining time. This is ridiculous, man. You can't do this. This is a 2-second move every day of the week. Every day of the week. No question. Like, I'm dead set. If this is something that is important to you to convert these games into a victory, then this is unacceptable. It's a totally basic move, removing a rook from harm's way, doubling up on the f-file, yada yada yada. This is 5-second stops. And for this, by the way, I do recommend to my students who are notorious strugglers with converting completely winning positions with little time, that what you do is that you set up a position like this on either website, by the way, and you play it out against a mid-strength stockfish, And if you can beat it convincingly, like let's say 3 out of 3, you then put it up against a very high strength stockfish with the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Cody. I didn't ask you to drop a piece. I asked you to play kindergarten moves faster. That's the art. With your level of chess strength, you don't need 40 seconds to determine that this is a safe move. Yes, Courtney, you did actually, because I said that on stream many, many times. So then you start beating stockfish from this position with limited time, and you do it until you are absolutely killing it. And that is your practice to convert completely winning positions with low time, because that is going to increase your confidence and your proficiency in converting totally winning positions. I'm not buying into I needed 40 seconds to make sure that this move was safe. I'm calling BS on that. Same goes for this. You don't need to Google any of that, Courtney. That's the default engine on both biggest websites when you set up a position to play. So I will spare you the Google there. It's default. Is there a trick here? Do you mean rook f6? I don't think it works, no. I don't know what you meant, Fat Belly. Like, he not playing King G2, cardinal sin. And in my book, unacceptable. Like, this should come to you naturally, not touching the rock. That, again, is like, what? Isn't this hanging? You clearly are struggling with controlling your nerves with low time control here, Cody. So, the described exercise with stockfish could be applicable to you. Like, seriously, man, you are playing here rook c4 instead of getting a queen? Hello? What? Really? Like, we had to defend this pawn to win this chess game. Like, this was not good enough. What? Yes, it is a mindset thing. Alright, I'm very happy with this win. But there were definitely things to fix. And I do really think that it is the time for you, Ko, to step out of this Grand Prix business and play some chess. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. It was 15-10, so no, or 15-5. Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was 15-10. What? Hello, knight takes e4? Code, please. What the frick? Tell me, please, that that did not happen the way it says that it did. H3, Lord save us.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Fuck, this scared the shit out of me. Whew. Siri, shut up. Okay, so after h3, I wouldn't be in a mad hurry to castle because bishop g5 is a bit awkward to meet. I would just play bishop e6 here. Or, surprisingly, since knight a4 is on the cards, a6 is also okay. a6 is an interesting move not to prevent the pin, but to play for g5. But again, the problem with that is that it's a tricky, cheap dirt that is well met by knight a4. So there are different meanings here behind the doggy ease. And the doggy that I tend to be supportive of for black is a6. To allow the bishop to stay alive. Okay, so now after knight d5, I don't know what you wanted to do here, buddy. But I'm not a fan. Help me out here. What? Two bishops are glorious. Your king's position, however, is dog shit, so this is not good. Right? That is my problem exactly here. Two bishops are good. Shit king position, not so much. Yes, g5 loses immediately to knight take. Well, not immediately, but it's dire straits for sure. There are some very sexy motifs here that we want to examine. So the key idea here is queen h5. Check. And then book. 7 exclamation marks. Holy wowzers. That is probably move of the day. I've been neglecting the YouTube chat, by the way. Hey, Mr. Landau is in. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, this is beautiful. Now, as for your answer, Mr. Code, so take. Yes, king h8 is forced, but you have got a dogshit position here. That just doesn't change. Actually, you should be rather going to h7 here to cover this. But like knight h2, knight g4, queen f3, you're defending here. I don't want to show that fat belly because that is a trick. Because if white doesn't castle into it, which they shouldn't, then it's not a good move. Now after knight a4, we are parting with the bishop. It's not gonna cut it. No, if any, I would prefer here bishop a6. That's my go-to move, or knight a6 or a6. It's one of these three. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, this is how the game went. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. But, yeah, and I would have gone to h7, not 8, because then h6 is also loose. In fact, wait a freak. Can we go g5 now? Because now there is no pin, so the previous line doesn't work. Knight g5, knight d5 wins for black, no? Knight f... Oh, wait. Yeah, knight f3, knight f6. Or even knight e7. Yeah, wait, what? Why didn't you play g5 here, brother? Because in contrast to the game, here, you are actually not going to get attacked. Yeah, but I'm not your opponent's coach, right? So I don't care about how stupid your opponents are. The fact that your opponent is stupid doesn't turn your bad moves good ones. Yeah, that's typically how kids like to argue that. Yeah, but they didn't see that. Yeah, I don't care. That's not my problem. Okay, so we missed g5 here big time. And your opponent missed here a very, very good position. Okay, now we are good. Now we are good. Chat, what is the best way to take it from here? I will rephrase it because that's a harder question. What is the pawn break that we should be playing for? And knowing that, what is the correct move for black here? So let's think first in terms of pawn breaks. And then let's find out the move once we know what the pawn break is that we want to play for. Yep, very good. I just showed you why g5 doesn't get hit by knight g5, Cody. We already went through that line. So f5 is the correct break, but you definitely don't prepare that with queen e7 because that's a chicken chess club move going backwards. Instead, you score a tempo on e4 first, and then you go f5. That's what good chess looks like. This would have been very nice. This would have been very nice. Okay, what did we do? We played bishop e6, queen d3, a5. I don't understand a5. Okay, what is a5, Cody? What? What is a5? Was this a mouse slip of some sort? Ironically, the engine quite likes it. I don't understand this the slightest bit. Okay, so let's humor me. If I castle here, what's the follow-up? I'm trying to understand what we're doing here with a5 with regards to queenside castles. Okay, a4, a3. So what have you accomplished now? Because as far as I can tell, absolutely nothing. But maybe I'm misjudging this situation. Yeah, rook a6 does nothing. Rook b6, bishop here, and then I play c3. So if you are anticipating queenside castles, I would be playing a6 every day of the week. Right? Because my coach told me, I don't know what your coach keeps on telling you, but my coach told me that the idea of a pawn storm is to open files. Now, the only thing that a5 does not do at all is to help you to open files, right? Like, you play 2 pawn moves on the queen side, and we accomplished absolute nil. Like, nothing. You didn't open a single diagonal that wasn't already open, and you didn't open a single file. Right? So, if instead we play a6 and b5, that forces white to capture and thus open up a file. Courtney, I wish you hadn't said that. Because in my last 50 YouTube videos, there are at least 3 in which I say that out loud, that the idea of a pawn storm is always to open files and, if possible, to compromise the enemy king. That is true that you could immediately go b5. I wouldn't take a2, but rather just play a6 and just keep on sacking and opening up files like that. But you're technically correct. Yeah. Courtney, do you want me to link you the YouTube video where I said this? You naughty girl. But a5 is not per se a bad move, so I'm gonna let this slide. I just wanted to point out that it was not particularly productive with regards to attacking the king. Okay, black to move and almost win here. Yeah, h5 is game over. Good luck, bishop, surviving this. Can't play f3 because it's pinned. The only way to preserve the bishop is knight f3, which allows h4, bishop h2, g4, and now it is going to be an absolute carnage on the king side. GG. Yeah, so h5 kind of wins the game on the spot here. Yeah, very good. f5 I'm very happy with. Good job. Very good. Why is this not bishop takes? Wait, what? Codester, what's happened here? What? Rook? When you could take with bish? Why not bishop takes? Dude, that's my question. It was you who took with the rook. You don't get to take my job. I am the one asking the annoying questions. You have to answer them. We don't play reverse roles here. Clearly you are into some naughty roleplay, mister. No, no, no. Naughty, naughty. Far out, that was not pretty. Oh, God. Why? Can you explain to me this move like I was 2? What is the purpose of this move? After 3 minutes in the tank, we came up with queen h7. I'm proud of you, Fat Belly, because I don't. Or rather, I do. I just think that it's a terrible answer to a question that we pose to ourselves. What do you think it is, Mr. Fat Belly? Protect the queen from what? But I do agree with you. I think that's why it was played. Okay, do you want to move the rook? I guess you do. Okay, so here's my question for you, brother. You can't move the rook because the queen is hanging. So that means that there are two ways to solve this problem. One, we protect the queen. Two, we move the queen. Right? And note how long I'm going through this thought process, which is not something you can't do. If we protect the queen and they attack the rook, we are now down for a queen exchange. Do you want to trade queens? Answer, no. So then we go down to, okay, then I will need to move the queen. Where do I move the queen? Well, I guess not here, because then we still have to trade queens. So how do you explain this, not to me, because that's irrelevant, to yourself? Considering that you could have gone back here and step out of the queen trade. How does Cody convince Cody that this is a better idea than this, given that we don't want to trade queens? After 3 minutes in the think tank, that is. Thank you, Sir Arthur, for the follow. I will wait on this one because I'm very curious. Like, hello? I mean, if we are good with queen trade, I would rather go king g7 than pull the queen back. That's another hurdle that I don't understand how we didn't manage to jump. But my biggest beef with this move is that why are we maintaining the tension between the queens if we don't want to trade them? It's so counterintuitive. Appears Cody doesn't... I don't understand any of what that means, sir. Chess is difficult, I agree. I don't understand, Cody, anything of what this means. Like, you like your queen's activity here, but you don't like it here. What? I'm sorry. I don't understand. But why? Like, explain to me why. What's the benefit of keeping your queens on the white squares? Why is this queen better here than here? Give me a line where it's relevant that your queen is on the light squares, not on the dark ones. If you don't have a line that proves it, you are talking nonsense. And you know it. So, again, you're not trying to convince me, yourself. How did you prove / explain to yourself that the queen here was better than here? I'm gonna die on this hill, brother. Mr. Super, I started playing chess about the age of 10. It's not nice to ignore a first message follower. You know what is also not nice? Having that attitude when this is your first time coming in. And you clearly know that I am in the middle of a lecture. But let's just go with we forgive each other on those notes. Yeah, so you can't explain it to yourself, Cody, which means you are BSing yourself. Besides, I don't understand how you could argue, and that's the best part of it, that this is gonna keep your queen active when it's literally coming off the board next move. Like what? Yeah, it's unfathomable to me. And that was 3 minutes, by the way. Your biggest think in the whole game. So, yeah, shout out to the queen activity on the light squares. Okay, we're completely killing it, by the way, so I have no problems with... hello, Repair. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Obviously, it's easier to talk than to type when I have this... I wouldn't want to call it advantage because it's not a competition, but obviously it's easier on my end to talk and then, you know, for you to type back. Yeah, I like what we're doing here. What? Alright, apparently the opponent was under more pressure than us. Mr. Super Italia, I think, didn't like my response. Oh well. Nice. 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 I think, Cody, what you are observing here is that yes, we are winning sexy chess games, but at the same time, there is still a lot of room for improvement, which is also a textbook case to demonstrate that, and a lot of people don't understand this or miss. Yeah, all good, buddy. Chill. It's just that you didn't say anything after, so I thought that you got hurt. Chill. We're good. We're good. So what I'm saying, Cody, is that I'm very glad you are here, just so that you know. Farhat, I'm starting this sentence for the 10th time. Yes, so what I was going to say is that people tend to measure how well they play through one quotient, or I don't know what the right word is here, which is the result. If we win, we played well. If we lose, we played badly. And almost always, this is a wrong take. Metric, thank you. That was the word I was after. Metric. That's not how chess works below 2500 level, over the board. Many of the games you showed me had marvelous sections from like move 10 to 15 or from 20 to 32, where it was consistently well played, and then we made a one move stupid blunder, we lost the game, and vice versa. We won this, and we forgot to win this chess game on move 5 when we didn't take on e4. Right? Winner and loss is a metric for your mood. You are happy when you win, you're sad when you lose. It doesn't reflect how well you are playing all the time. And it's very important to keep that in mind. Courtney, I noticed you sent me a game. Did you want me to go through that, or what was up with that? You can end on 20. That's what she said too. Okay. Let me go with the 55 move 1 masterpiece. Yeah, let it go, guys. Let it go. I'm very happy that Mr. Super is among us. We started off on the wrong foot. I want to start fresh. Welcome in, brother. Good to have you. Or lady. You are at the right place. Alright, so Courtney, we are... What are we, Courtney? You didn't tell me the deeds, Courtney. Exactly. Cuddles and welcome to Super. So, Courtney, what color are we? Courtney has turned very, very shy. Oh, French, so we are black, okay. God, you must be bored to death. Every time you send me a French game, it's always the freaking exchange French. Ah, you got to earn it, Mr. Tikari. The frick is this house so hot for? I need to check on my cooling. Give me a second. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. The rest of the house is awesomely chill, and this room is like a bloody... I don't know. Like it feels like I'm looking at a furnace. All right. Turkish. That's cool. Can't remember the last time we had a Turkish brother in the house. Besides, the name doesn't sound Turkish at all. Okay, so exchange French. Courtney, what is our default move against Bishop G5? Oh, it's the Ali in the end. I get it now. Of course. I thought it was a weird way to say Italy. Cool, thanks, buddy. Right, so I would have liked to see H6 here just in the hope that these geniuses will take, but nothing like copycat, yeah? Right, now here, there's a very surprising move that gives the advantage to black immediately. Can anyone guess? By the way, now that we have got a brother from Turkey in the house, I've got a burning question that I need an Turkish authority to answer this. So the capital city of Turkey used to be Ankara. When I grew up in primary school, it was Ankara. Has it been switched to Istanbul, or is it still Ankara? Yeah, Fat Buddy, go for it. Oh, Courtney has stopped playing the French. It's still Ankara. Cool. Okay. And what's up with the Netherlands? Is that still The Hague? Or they shifted it to Amsterdam? That's another one of those strange ones. Yes, it is Queen E7. A very surprising check. And now Bishop E2 is well met by Bishop takes F3 when the pawn has to retake, and that's not pretty. Bishop E3 is obviously undesired because of the to and fro. Plus Queen B4 check may pick off B2. And so what do? we move on, is what we do. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Okay, so now you need to be a little bit... actually, never mind. I'll take that back. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, now we have got a very good move, folks. Courtney, you have heard this concept from me many a time, that when your opponent abandons the center, goes backwards, we conquer the center. If you are not thinking in these terms, you are not playing chess well. So how do we conquer the center here, ladies? Wait, I'm confused. You haven't been in Turkey for a while. You moved to Iraq since you were a kid because your father married a Turkish woman. Wait, what? I'm confused. So is your father Iraqi? You didn't say that detail, but I'm guessing because why else? Yeah, 94. I see. Okay, now the picture is complete. Makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say that Ali is not typically a Turkish name, despite the Muslim faith. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Mr. Greg. Oh, 921. Okay, so you are on the beginning of your journey as far as your rating is concerned. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so 94. The idea is that if they take, we take back. And now there will be awkward pins to deal with for white. So for example, rook e4, we can take f3 and then h4, and that's gonna be a problem, aka a lost piece. But even take looks horrid because of the pin. Anywho, we played bishop d6, not a fan. Good, good, good. Very good. I like this now. Maybe I would have preferred to take... No, never mind. No, because the knight g3. No, never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. Taking is possible. Because now, funnily enough, white can't jump to the e file. So you dominating the e file becomes a very important factor. Right. Okay. Knight f6 is fine, but now that knight on e5 is a bit of a pest. Knight f4, please. Courtney! Why are we going backwards when we can go forward? Naughty. Ay, 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 ay. Chat, what is our best move here for black? Mr. Nova has arrived. Shout out to Mr. Nova. Queen b6 is ever so slightly illegal, Courtney. I would not recommend. Too much wine celebrating health. Happy for you. So c5, yeah? Like a chess player. Undermining the center. That's what we want to do. And now we are also floating c4, which would eke out d4 square. Alright. Oh, Suleiman is here. Speaking of my Muslim brothers. Good old Sully. We haven't seen you for ages, mate. Assalamu alaikum to the Muslim brothers. Welcome in. Alright, so c5 was the chess move. We played knight e4, which I'm also happy with, but now c4 reverses the central pressure on us. Actually, you folks are getting ready soon for celebration, right? Like, Eid is gonna be in about, what, a month and a half, I think, or so? Maybe 2. Yeah, it's still a bit down the track. Which of course means Ramadan is gonna kick off in about a month, I would say. But I don't know exactly. Gregory, I hate to tell you this, but you continuously misspell my name. And no, I don't mind if you send it. Okay. I like Courtney the way you're playing this game, lady. I really do. Let's not suck in either of these. Oh, it is already on, is it? Oh, okay. Well, my brother, apologies for drinking in your presence, but the old man has to leave. Okay, so I would have played a king h7 just to be on a super safe side. Where did you send that, Fat Belly? Anyway, I'm slowing down, I'm getting distracted. So knight f5 is very ballsy, because now we allowed knight f6, but the enemy queen is also under attack. If you saw this, Courtney, I'm super impressed. Super impressed. Wow! You should always be impressed, she says. Well, alright, lady. Alrighty. Normally I would say, show me the goods. But you beat me to that because you are showing me the goods. Not quite my favorite type, but the second favorite type of goods you sent me. So, look. You got me there. You got me there. You wait for it, she says. No! Courtney, every time there is a question of which way are we supposed to go, it's always forward. Go in. That's what she said. In. Number one mistake club level players make is that they go backwards when they could go forward. Forward. Rook d1 is not a chess move because of check. This is actually a very easily calculable, beautiful line, and the double attack nets a pawn. Yasu in the house! Welcome, welcome. Chicken Chess Club, Courtney Chess Club. Ah, no, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we spinning? Tendy! Dude! Stop! We are playing for the cheapies. I mean, your opponent just telegraphed to you that they wanted to play knight e3, so to play rook e8 is very naive. Don't know how to improve pressure play. Move forward, Courtney. Forward. Forward. Keep on inching forward. What she said too, again. Basically, the best way I just figured it out to get good at chess, Courtney, is to think of a dirty joke that ends on "that's what she said," and then what was before that is what you need to do on the chessboard. That's it. Right? Like, don't ever back off, for starters, yeah? Go forward. Go forward. Threaten to... I will go with infiltrate just so that I don't get into trouble. But you get my gist, right? The innuendo is the way to play good chess. What do you want me to say? This would be worthy of my upcoming endgame course, by the way, for multiple reasons. Oh, no one said that you were in time pressure, lovely lady. Now, this pawn push looks fugly. And I have already told you this many times. So now I'm going to say this again, that you don't want to create gaps between pawns that your opponent can control with a pawn. Because now all three have become rigid. You cannot make a pawn move without creating a weakness. Instead, your pawns like to move forward in unison, sending side by side, no holes, no gaps, and any push is still available for you. I have explained this concept to 4,000 people 10,000 times, and it still comes back like a must. All the time I see this. All the time. Well, it's not deep freezing a pawn, the entire chain. That's what's really tragic about it. That h5 didn't kill a pawn, it killed an entire wing. You thought you were making a spot for your knight with this move. I beg you to explain to me how this is making a spot for... Where? What? Shish kebab, I'm so confused now. Like, what did this allow you to do that you couldn't do here? I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. That's the point, Ali. That once you play g5 after take, they have split pawns, which are weaknesses in the endgame. Yeah, unfortunately, Courtney, you're wrong in terms of what order those pawns needed to be pushed. Because in order to do g5, you have to defend this. In order to defend that, you needed to play king f6. King f6 walks into knight d5. So your correct order of operation is c6, and I'm just going to pass with white to demonstrate the idea. Then g5, then h5, and then g4. And by the way, none of this, none of it, has anything to do with your knight. None of it. It's purely gaining space, which is right. To carry this out, if allowed, is a great achievement. But I repeat, none of this had anything to do with your knight. It's gaining space. That's it. Period. Alright, opponent donated a pawn. We are happily taking it. Good job. You had to do this to me, right? 10 milliseconds after I said good job, we decided that a knight hanging on c5 was not preferable. We would rather hang it on d7. Ay. Why, oh, why? It doesn't matter how you spell it, Courtney, it hurts. Yes. Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. That was a heartbreaker, but parts of it were very good. Yeah, you botched a very well played game there. Okay, this is Hot Shots Jelly. What? G3? Mr. Hotshots, also known as Fat Belly. The frick is this? How dare you come to my house with G3? What happened with the high T chess with D4? I'm tempted to not look at any further. Why are you hurting my feelings in my eyes with this? Dude, if you are cooking this line, the best thing that can happen to you is that Uncle Roger is going to review you. The same way how he reviews Olive Oil guy, who, yeah, is the greatest catastrophe in the history of chefs. What's his face? Jamie Olive Oil, right. So you will be the second Jamie Olive Oil if this is your idea of cooking. And knight to e2, just to ensure that we don't do anything according to chess principles, right? Ay, man. C6, Lord Jesus Christ. This is the biggest low T chess I've ever seen from you, man. If anyone told me that this game was played by Hot Shots Jelly, I would have said that. I'm pretty happy with that game, Courtney, actually. Like, the irony is that 98% of that game, you were the better player. What, Sergeant, are you telling me that you haven't seen Uncle Roger roasting the crap out of that absolute hack of a guy? He's like one of the most known chefs in public culture, and I swear to God that my daughter, who studied no cooking whatsoever, is a better chef than that guy. And you never heard of that. Oh my God. Just look up Uncle Roger reviewing Jamie Oliver's green curry. You don't need to drop this line, Fat Belly, because this is not a line. It doesn't deserve the status of being called a line. So don't worry about dropping this line. This is not a line. Well, after 95, I would say that you almost managed to equalize with white, but not quite yet. Maybe that could be an incentive for you to not to desecrate yourself with this variation. I mean, Jamie Oliver becoming a worldwide sensation as a chef is astounding. Absolutely astounding. Thank you, Courtney. I think it's Mr. Gregory, yeah? His game is yet to come. Mr. Fatbelly, this wasn't you, man. Someone hacked your account. Guaranteed. Yeah, no. No, this is not on, man. Nah. Luckily, no money was paid for that review, so no one feels like damage was done.
Jamie Oliver is British, so he's popular there because they don't know any better.
That is true, actually. Good point. They don't notice amongst 4,000 bad dishes another one that is presented by a somewhat, I don't know, it's even handsome. Like, I really don't understand. Like, it doesn't look attractive to me at all. But yeah, I don't know how he became the sensation he is, because as a chef, he's utterly incompetent. Oh, don't tell me that my commands don't work again. Anyway, unfortunately, Ali, today I don't have time to take any more. But next time I will show you the method and the conditions of entry. Okay, so Mr. Fat Belly, I want you to see this because, and you were the last person I expected to need this. Yes, it is paid indeed. Small dono. Mr. Hotshots Jelly, this is how you handle the Queen D8 garbage if testosterone is in abundance in your body versus other hormones. Yeah, that's why I'm showing you this game. Like this. This is how you play it, my brother. This is a 2300 rated rapid player, so we are playing here above your rapid rating. Noticeably so. And I'm playing the chess that you play all the time. Notice all the components of proper chess versus dog poo. Hello, chess topics. And the game is over. Alright, Mr. Harrington sent me a game. Wait, who is Cox Insider? Wait, what? What is this even? Who is this? Is this you, Mr. Harrington? Oh. Chess Optics. Okay, why are you typing in capitals, brother? Okay, what do you want me to do about this game, buddy? It's kind of strange to play rook e8 and then not play e4. Okay, let's go. Yep, this is all legit. That is not meant to be played. Okay, chat, can we find a good movie for black? Going forward is the way to go. But none of you named the correct move yet. Ungracefuls. Oh, by the way, why is my thing not working? The commands. Let me just quickly check that. I don't know why this gets disabled all the time. I bloody hate it. Yes, Harry is on the money. Bishop g4, hitting e2, creating some awkwardness. There you go. That's for you, Ali. That the commands work now, so that's the analysis business. Yeah, Bishop g4. The idea is that after take, I think rook e1 is not playable on account of d3, which is pretty neat. Why would you do that, Mr. Harrington, out of curiosity? What do I do after f3? Happily come back to any square and laugh at this bishop. That's the idea. That's exactly the move that you want to provoke. Oh, it was played. This is game. Wait, what? Wow. That's bad. The white is already cooked here. Maybe a6. Yeah, he played a6 one move too late. a6 he would have been a lot better. I think. And now white is very, very passive. Both bishops are messing this up big time. No, I haven't been playing over the board chess for a fair bit now. Why is a6 nuts? Isn't that the most natural move to play by far in this position? Hello? How is a6 nuts? What? Like first candidate, no? Like, no pawn breaks are available in the board at all. Sorry, I thought I was getting robbed and kidnapped and burglared at the same time. I very strongly disagree with you, Mr. Harrington. Like, all pieces are out. Queen d7 makes no difference whatsoever. In fact, it traps my own bishop. And so you're looking for pawn breaks. Only pawn break is c6 or a6. I'm not saying that this is a great move, but I'm saying that you should arrive to the conclusion that this is your candidate move within a minute. I don't think that it has got a single element to it that is counterintuitive. Like, what's counterintuitive about it exactly? Yeah, I disagree with that. What do you mean opposite side? As opposed to what? I mean, okay, fair enough. I could play queen e7, I will give you that. And try to tickle e2. But I'm going to run out of moves here very, very quickly. No, I don't think so. Like, there's nothing you can bite into. You need to be very pragmatic about this position in the sense that two pairs of pieces have been traded off. And so any attacking agendas are iffy. Homeless, what's your take on this? Now that I will give you. That queen c8 followed by a6 is more natural is a good call. I humbly agree with you, good sir, because that eliminates the rook b7 option. And the reason why it goes to c8 and not d7 is because we don't want to trap the bishop. That I can totally get behind. It's not that it's too early for an attack. I don't think that there is an attack in the first place at all. Yep, I agree. I agree. I agree. Queen c8 does seem very appealing. Yeah, that's probably an improved version of a6. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, a6 is looking now pretty meh. Hey, by the way, good to have you on, good sir, as always. Good to have you. There is an attack, says the man who plays g3 against this candy, huh? Sorry, couldn't let that one slide. Wait, what? Is Queen A8 a move here, Mr. I'm homeless? What do you say? I'm a bit scared about losing this, but I thought that maybe Rook B8 and then stuff is gonna happen. There's a lot of active heavies. If I get onto the second rank, this is gonna be carnage. Yeah, Queen A8 looks very appealing. Yaxes. Yeah, not sure if even here we could go into something like this. There's a lot of bishops hanging. Maybe I have Queen A4 to defend them, but yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred Queen A8 here. This check was absolutely pointless. He wanted to keep that tactical source in the position. But if he hadn't seen Queen A8, then I guess it makes sense. Rook F2, Bishop D4 looks game over, Gracefuls. Yeah, now black is in a bit of a pickle. I can flip the board, not sure what makes you excited about that, but sure. Whoa, wait, what? I mean, I have been looking at the exchange sacks for starters, but maybe e5 instead first. Is e5 a move here? Homeless, what do you say? I think e5 just seals the deal, no? H4 a la Karpov. Is your idea to sack next or what? Yeah, I think that's also a legit idea. Like, this is begging to be played, but we have got some back rank issues. But e5 looks very strong to me as well. Yeah, I think e5 is... both e5 and h4, probably one after the other. Rook e5 is hanging, brother. This also hangs. I don't know what you're going on about. e5 can't be captured. That's the whole point. Oh, you see, that is sweet. So I didn't even realize what a genius move I played. E5 here is much better than when it was played, because after bishop d4, e6 wins on the spot. Because of bang bang, and the bishop is hanging too. Whereas after rook b8, it's ineffective because now bishop d4 and we don't have e6. Ay, 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 ay. Coach was late to the party, my friend. What? They just walked into e6? No way. Jesus. Okay. How is this 93? My man hangs a rook with 2 minutes on the clock. What? Woo, matey. What have you sent me? That's nice. Bishop f6 is also good. No, no, no. You can't win this. How would you? Not a chance to win this. Not a chance. Well, it's nice to say forward, but you can't, right? That's the problem. I am the biggest advocate of going forward when it's doable. Not right now. Actually, is it capturable? Yeah, it is capturable, right? This is a draw. And the opposition is irrelevant. It's a draw. So why wouldn't they agree to a draw here instead of flagging each other? Wasn't it a friendly match? Yeah, that is subhuman behavior in my book to flag there, but I've got different morals. Ah! Then I still would have offered a draw. Because that's exactly the definition of morals, that they don't change when someone offers you money for it, right? I don't... I will leave this up to you. To decide that in an absolute dead draw theoretical ending, you play 20 moves to flag the opponent. Your call. Your call. Alright, folks, that's all we had time for today, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I am with Homeless here. You didn't upset me whatsoever. It's about your morals, not mine. No. That's not right, Courtney. Everyone knows on your level, including you, that that pawn ending was a theoretical draw and is not winnable. That's exactly the point. Alright, folks. I'm gonna radio away. Next up, I'm going to stream again on Tuesday. And then next week, we are going to be back on the Thursdays and the Fridays as well. I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, lovely humans. I will radio off to Zura now. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the donos. It's always appreciated. Thank you, Tindy. And good to have the old folks back like Sully.